What's up, YouTube? This is Justin Symbol of the God Bombs. I am back for another Marilyn Manson related video. Those who have subscribed to this channel know that I've covered a lot of Marilyn Manson stuff. Today we're going to talk about Marilyn Manson and DaBaby appearing at Kanye West's listening party for his new album, DONDA. The song Jail Part 2 with DaBaby. I want to talk about this whole event from a deeper angle as an artistic historical event. I'm not doing this video to tell you what to think or to say to cancel or not to cancel. I think there's way too many videos out there already that are telling people what to think. This is me talking about this as an artistic event and its historical significance and its musical significance and its cultural significance right now, as these are all very hot button topics right now. Now, as a Manson fan, I was absolutely shocked to see Marilyn Manson at this event. We know that in the past, Marilyn Manson has collaborated with rappers such as DMX, Gucci Mane, and has been known to hang out in those circles a little bit. But still, there's never been a direct link between Marilyn and Kanye. Kanye did have a song called Black Skinhead on the album Yeezus, which had drums that were very reminiscent of The Beautiful People by Marilyn Manson. And Manson did comment on his admiration for Kanye as an artist.
Is Kanye West sampling you in one of his new songs? And if so, how did that come about?
I'm not quite sure if it's a sample or not, but I like the song. I saw it on SNL. I think that was a really ballsy, strong performance.
But up till that date, that was the only connection between those two. Also, a lot of people were taken by surprise by the inclusion of Marilyn because of the obvious abuse scandal and all the allegations that are going on against him right now. And also the fact that DaBaby was there was equally controversial because DaBaby has had some heat lately about some remarks that he said at a concert that were interpreted to be homophobic.
Fellas,
lights up.
fellas, if you ain't sucking in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights
Let's be real about this.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air.
So the fact that these two artists both appeared at this thing seems like a deliberate move by Kanye. Obviously, Kanye is no stranger to controversy. Kanye West has been courting controversy almost his entire career, beginning with his remarks about George W. Bush on national television,
George Bush doesn't care about black people,
to all of the other things that we know him for, interrupting Taylor Swift at the VMAs.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
To his controversial endorsement of President Donald Trump and wearing the Make America Great Again hat on SNL, and the confusing rant about how slavery is a choice that took place on TMZ. So Kanye is no stranger to controversy, and in that sense, it does make sense that he would involve Marilyn Manson, who is embroiled in controversy right now, and DaBaby, who is also embroiled in controversy on this project. Now, it's interesting to note that there's some deeper layers to this. First of all, I noticed that Marilyn Manson appeared wearing the same makeup that he wore in the Bowling for Columbine interview with Michael Moore, where he famously defended himself and talked about his thoughts on the Columbine school shooting for which he was blamed in the late 90s. Manson is obviously channeling this sense of being a persecuted artist, or is perhaps referencing the Hollywood era. Also, it was interesting how Manson kept standing with his arms behind the bars of the front of the house in which they were performing, which was actually a replica of Kanye's childhood home. And it turned out that the song that Marilyn is featured on is with DaBaby on the song Jail. So the fact that Manson was standing there holding the bars of this porch sort of could have been a nod to the song Jail, and maybe sort of had some kind of subliminal message. Also, I think it's really interesting to note Kanye chose to pair DaBaby, who has had made remarks that were interpreted as homophobic about how his fans don't suck dick in the parking lot, with Marilyn, who actually has been famous for sucking dick on stage.
I mean, they tell me that you engaged in a sex act with another man in a stage in Miami. Is that true? Well, why did you do that? Why would you do that?
Somebody ran on stage and pulled down their pants, so rather than let them make a laugh out of me, I grabbed them and turned the joke around on them. My parents were in the audience. And
your parents were in the audience?
Marilyn had a very controversial moment where he sucked the dick of Robin Fink, the guitarist of Nine Inch Nails. So Manson has been known to have exhibited homoerotic behavior in the past, and here Kanye is pairing him with DaBaby, who made these homophobic remarks. And this seems to be a song about redemption, maybe a song about bringing opposites together. Another thing that I think is worth noting is that Kanye leaked the photo of DaBaby's management saying that they never signed off on this release of this song. I'm curious if DaBaby was even aware that Marilyn was going to be appearing on the version with him. So I think that this is a really kind of interesting puzzle to pick apart beyond the obvious moral standpoints that people are taking on this issue. It's interesting to look at it maybe just from a purely artistic standpoint. I'm curious to see what will happen next. One thing I will say is I was disappointed with the song. I thought that Marilyn's voice would be more prominent if he were to be featured. Marilyn is, after all, an iconic, legendary artist in his own right. He is a multi-platinum artist. He is an iconic rock star. And so to have been featured on a song in such a way where he was almost a background vocal or like an ad-lib was disappointing. I thought that his collaborations with DMX and Gucci Mane were a lot more interesting, where he was actually rapping. This felt like more like a background role. It's also interesting to note that Marilyn does not seem to appear in the mix of Jail Part 1, which is featuring Jay-Z, but only seems to be heard in the mix of Jail Part 2 with DaBaby. So again, it seems like Kanye is determined to put these two controversial stars who are embroiled in controversy currently, and who are kind of diametrically opposed in many ways, and combine them on this song. There was a lot of healing, faith-based vibes here. I think it's interesting that Kanye was willing and open to include Marilyn in this ceremony. Marilyn has been famously anti-Christian. His biggest album to date is Antichrist Superstar. He has famously been ordained as a reverend in the Satanic Church. So it's interesting to note that Kanye seems to have a message of tolerance and inclusion, which maybe is more true to the actual spirit of Christianity about bringing people together. Also important to note that at this event, he offered free vaccines, but he did not require anybody to be vaccinated or show proof of COVID testing. So he's including everybody, but at the same time offering them the option of a vaccine. And I think that's a different approach than others have taken, where it's either kind of this anti-vax, we want to be free side of things, or you have to have the vaccine, you have to have proof, and kind of this lockdown mentality. Kanye's somewhere in the middle here. So, it's easy to see this in a very black and white way. I don't think it's black and white. I think Kanye often rides that gray line, and that's what makes him a phenomenal artist. I think Marilyn Manson is very similar in that sense, and I was very excited to see them collaborate. My overall rating of this song is a 7, maybe a C+. I think it's a good song. I thought that DaBaby's verse was pretty good, and I don't think that Marilyn's voice was utilized properly or was not prominent enough in the song to really make a difference either way. But from a cultural, artistic standpoint, it's a very interesting collaboration nonetheless. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Check out all my other Marilyn Manson related videos on this channel. I am sorry that I haven't been as active on my channel lately. I have been traveling and doing tours. Check out all of our tour dates. We are playing live across the East Coast right now, and I will promise to bring you more videos more regularly on this channel. Thank you guys. Please subscribe, hit the like button, comment, and click the bell icon for notifications. Thanks for tuning in. Bombs away.